So what's your story? Like, how did you get into this?
Yeah.
You came from like corporate America, right?
Yep,
And
came from
then
corporate America. So since I graduated college, was always just instantly got into the corporate thing. So I did corporate recruiting, managed team of recruiters, and always did corporate strategy and workforce planning. For Fortune 100 companies. Moved from San Diego. So majority of my time was San Diego,
Mhm.
and then probably 2 years now moved from San Diego to Redding. And we thought we were just going to be up here for about a year and then go back to San Diego. And some things changed. That's when we had our third kid. And we just kind of fell. I naively didn't realize there was as much California north of Sacramento
Yeah, I
as
think a lot
there
of people are
is.
in the same
Yeah.
boat. Yeah.
So for me, that was kind of my biggest, well, dang, man, like there's so much up here, and any outdoor activity you can do or you want to do, you can do it up here. And then realizing, also I've loved what you guys have done for it, but really for me, that's where kind of my passion on, okay, how can I help be an advocate and just showcase to the world what we have up here and help lift the economy up here. Knowing between here and the coast, everyone could use some love. And
Right.
we
Yeah.
really it should be much more populated from an economic standpoint, and people moving here, adventure tourism, all that really has no reason why it shouldn't flourish up here. So for me, that's when now it's sort of been one stone after the other on, okay, how can I play a part in doing that?
That's amazing. You've only been in Reading for 2 years because
Yeah.
I feel like I've been hearing about you for
I
5 years.
know.
You've really made your mark in a swift way, and I guess that began when you purchased Shasta Trail Runs, right?
Yep. So I moved up here. I then met Mark Swanson, so the previous owner, who it was about year 5, year 6 of him building out Shasta Trail Runs. It was like my second week moving here. I reached out to him, just trying to figure out, okay, I need to make some friends. Let's get involved. So I reached out to Mark to be like, hey, I'd love to volunteer for a race of yours. And from that conversation, we then met for coffee, and he was like, hey, I'm actually looking to, do some life shifting and looking to sell this thing. So, we really didn't know each other, but it was more, hey, you're passionate, you're interested, timing was right. He's like, hey, I have another buyer. If this doesn't work out, do you want to take it? And 30 days later, I bought the thing, and that's really what fast started my leaving corporate America to committing full time to this,
To another business,
to
something
another
that
business.
you're clearly interested in, and you've done such a great job marketing.
Thank you.
Something that I think a lot of this area lacks, like your talk about the economic
Yeah.
thing. You've done a great job. So tell me about Shasta Trail Runs. How many trail runs do you do a year? Where
Yep.
are they typically at?
Yep. So for Shasta Trail Runs, when I bought it, he had 5 races. Timing wise was kind of interesting. So I bought it January of last year, and 5 months later, the fires
Oh yeah.
went down. So from that, then the fires burned out majority of my races because a lot of them took place in Whiskey Town was the stronghold for that. So for me, I knew I wanted to expand it anyway. That was where I really had kind of the moment on, okay, is Shasta Trail Runs dead for the time being, or kind of lit my fire to expand. So that's where I added Castle Crags to the venue, went up to Mount Shasta. We now relocated a race up to the Great Shasta Rail Trail in McLeod,
Right, I
which
saw
again,
that.
for me, another hidden gem that I feel like a lot of people
Awesome.
don't
Yeah.
realize, but it is freaking beautiful.
They
up
just
there.
developed that. What's it been, 3-4 years?
Yeah, and I mean now it's almost all the way down, being connected from McLeod to Bernie.
Bernie, yeah.
And then I know it's in plan with the whole Gateway Trail expansion happening up in Mount Shasta,
Right.
where it'll soon have 100 miles of single track. They're going to connect that once the funding comes from that to the rail trail. So then it'll just be this whole connector, which eventually will bleed to Lassen. So again, for me, it's like this is such prime real estate up here
Yeah.
that needs to happen. So yeah, I've been able to now get Shasta Trail Runs to 8 races as of today.